are just not on my level. I keep my foot on the pedal. I set the tone, I don't settle. We can take this outside, outside. Hey. Looking at the stars, staring with my mouth wide. Yeah. I ain't letting nobody stop me this time. Nah. Every single level that I reach and I climb. We can take this. You are just not on my level. You are just not on my level.
Oh man, that edit was way cooler than what was actually happening in the background. Thanks to my buddy Drew for helping me shoot that, who by the way is a phenomenal videographer and editor. He shot this whole thing with CD Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys. Go check that out. This is a quasi review of my home gym setup. It's really small, but I get asked about my PRx system a lot, so I figured I'd make a quick video about it. Let's go. So this is the PRx Murphy Profile Squat Rack with a kipping bar. It retails for $7.99 on their website. It's pretty similar to the model that they pitched on Shark Tank. I had my eye on it for a while, but this whole COVID pandemic thing, it really just made me pull the trigger on it. Now the main reason why I wanted this was because I wanted a place to work out, but I wanted to maintain the same space in our tandem garage. As you can see, everything is mounted and the PRx rack only comes off the wall about 4 inches. Now that was important to me because I still wanted enough space to do cardio or for my wife to do yoga, or if we needed to, we can park a car still in this entire space. Now getting this on the wall is actually not that bad. The instructions were straightforward and I did it entirely by myself, which isn't recommended, but I managed fine. It also took me forever because I wanted to be precise to the exact millimeter. So overall it took me a few hours, but if you've got help, it's not gonna be that bad for you. I was actually pretty nervous to do my first pull-ups on this. I was like, is this gonna hold me? But if you installed it right, you hit those studs the way you're supposed to, this thing is super sturdy. Now this model is a 2x3 steel construction, stands at 90 inches tall. PRx says that it can take up to over 1,000 pounds, which I really haven't tested the bounds of because I'm not lifting that much. I'm pretty weak. I haven't really needed to push the limits here, but I've seen some crazy tests on YouTube where they would just drop a ton of weight on it, and it's holding up pretty well. There you go. So these are the PRx J cups. They come with the rack, and you can use these to put them anywhere along the uprights, and they're gonna serve as your holds for your barbell. Now, a normal person is gonna be able to just take chalk and just mark off where they want the cups to go, just so it's easier for you. I went kind of the OCD route and I took a labeler and I just labeled where I need them for like incline, squat, whatever. So if you're wondering what these white markings are, that was me using a labeler. I'm weird. Most normal people will just use chalk though, so yeah. By the way, the rack is super easy to come on and off the wall. Like it's not so easy that a kid can get it off. It definitely takes a little bit of strength. You can adjust the resistance, but it doesn't take very much to get it up and down. It's great. As of this recording, it is 2020. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. So gym equipment during this time has been really kind of scarce and competitive to get your hands on. So it might remain competitive to snag anything from PRx, like anything. But regardless, I'll link everything that I've mentioned here down below. Now, a big draw to the PRx brand is how modular everything is with regards to their accessories. They offer things like benches and dip bars, which you can find on their site. For me personally, I didn't add like the entire suite of products though. I just picked up a couple things, starting with the spotter arms and their storage mount. For the most part, I work out alone here, so spotter arms definitely come in handy, especially like on test days. I can try to go to failure and mitigate any sort of injury risks. And keeping up with the trend for wall mounting everything, I added the spotter arm mounts just to keep it on the wall, keep it clean. The next thing I got here is the 4-peg weight storage, which can hold up to 360 pounds. The pegs come out to about 8.5 inches. This is actually one of my favorite things that I've added to the gym here. Again, everything is wall mounted. PRx really does have a good balance of aesthetic and functionality. I've really been enjoying this stuff from the brand. By the way, not sponsored. None of this is sponsored. I just really like everything from PRx. Now the plates on here are Rogue HG plates. Early on during the pandemic, it was just so hard to find any sort of place. I was looking at PRx or Rep Fitness. Just by chance one day I refreshed Rogue's page and just found them sitting there. So I was able to pick up a pair of 45s, a pair of 25s, and 2 pairs of 10s. You'll notice the green ones up there too. Those are 2.5 pounders. Looking to pick up some 5s fairly soon. And then I've got the OSO, or the also barbell collars from Rogue as well, which have been great. The barbell I was able to snag was also from PRx. It's their standard 45-pound bar along with their hanging mount. Now initially I went with this mount right here. It's kind of their bottom mount for specialty bars. And what I noticed is that it actually was pretty damaging to the barbell initially. Quite a bit of scuffing and scratching on the barbell. Now I get it, like barbells are made to get beat up, thrown around, especially if you're doing a ton of CrossFit stuff. But I feel like a lot of the damage and abrasion shouldn't come from storage. With that in mind, I would recommend not going with this one and going with just some sort of hanging mount. I'm still new to home gym setups, but from what I'm experiencing, winter is coming and the barbell is getting increasingly colder here in the garage, so I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of heating solution fairly soon. By the way, the bench that I got is this folding bench from Amazon called Flybird. Really nice in that it's incline and decline. You can use it for all around stuff, and then it folds and just sits nicely along the wall, so it doesn't take up too much space either. Not the most sturdy option. Honestly, there are better things out there, but it's gotten the job done. Now, last thing I got behind me is a hanging rack for a few bands. Honestly, if I couldn't make the investment in any of this stuff, the one thing that I would probably go in and on are bands. Like, you can do so much with them. I found this one video with a bunch of ways that you can get a workout with just these things alone. So I'll go ahead and link that below. On the ground, I've got a basic kettlebell and dumbbells. I'm definitely gonna add to that one day, but for now, I've got what I need. Lastly are the floors right below me. They are Fitlock rubber tiles. Each is about 2 feet by 2 feet. They're 3/8 of an inch thick, and it was actually the first thing that I bought when planning out this area. I'm in a 2x10 space right now, and I had to blend a mixture of center tiles, side tiles, and corner pieces to fill out the space appropriately. I don't remember the exact cost, but it was more expensive than it needed to be. I think there are better solutions out there, but I do like that it is rubber, really easy to maintain, and just great for working out. I think that's all I've got. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. There's still a lot for me to do here. I'd ideally like to get everything painted, maybe a nice simple black, nice and clean. There's this space off to the side over here. It looks really ugly. Definitely want to do something about that. Probably optimize it, maybe get some assault bike, or I don't know. This is only V1. I hope to improve and then come out with another video with an improved gym setup. And hopefully by then I'll be way shredded. No, I won't, because my diet's terrible. Thanks for watching. God bless. Later.